the Kashmiri youth present here. It's a great opportunity to, at this age, I'm interacting with the young blood. I really feel privileged and I hope we can connect the dots here. So Pranavi, most welcome to this stage. And to add to her glory, she is the head girl of the school, and along with the leadership roles, she also has strong interest in theatre and debating, which reflects her eloquence, confidence and creative expression. So we'll ask about you we'll come back to you after a while. So next one with us, I don't think so I need to give any introduction to her. Each one of us knows her already. She is Vanshika. But for those who don't know her, let me add a bit about her. She's done her graduation from Miranda House, Delhi University, done her post-graduation from Central University, Gujarat, and done her research from JNU. There is almost half a page about her achievements. Well, I think I'll let her explain herself in the meantime. Yes, I would love to add something that she's written lots and lots of poems, and we are waiting to see them in print. Definitely. So next we have with us Neil Pandita. So Neil is you're in the second year of BTech. He's doing his engineering from JIIT. And again, I don't want to say one is the younger and the other is the youngest. We all have from the range of 18 to 25. I think nobody is more or less than that. So we have Neil with us. His achievements he's from Handwara, Kashmir, currently staying in Noida. His achievements, he has won national level debate championships, international English Olympiad winner, team second runner-up at the International Odyssey of the Mind, and there is so much more about the Kashmiri culture organization he is part of. And like others, I'll come back to him. Thank you. Welcome, Neil. And on my right, I have somebody who is quite known to many of us. Forgive me for all the being a little clumsy with the papers, because I'm also meeting them for the first time. So we have with us Isha. Isha she's a distinguished English instructor at the Shalom Presidency International School, and her talents extend beyond the classroom, and I've seen the way she delivers. It's amazing. She is a published poet already. She's a certified neuropath and a gifted artist of both theatre and television. A huge round of applause. Next to Isha is Abir Tiku. He is in grade 11 right now, and he is pursuing his music interest in Santoor. Furthermore, he is very much interested in discussions regarding politics, policy makings, and the change that we can all as elders bring in the society. Welcome, Abir. We have with us Ishan Dhar. He's currently pursuing Masters in Public Policy and Sustained Development in TERISAS, T-E-R-I-S-A-S. Also, he has participated in various Kashmiri events and has also been the winning captain of KPL 2018 and 2019. So that was the basic introduction for all of them. Let's dig deep into the conversation, and let's first begin with yes, Pranvi. So let's come back to you. So what I read from your introduction was that you are already a head girl. So can you just give us a brief introduction how your leadership qualities are coming into play, and what are you learning being a head girl of the school?
Sure, ma'am. So definitely my leadership qualities have helped me learn a lot in life, and also have given me this role, this prestigious role, I'd say, of head girl. And my leadership qualities like communication skills, taking responsibility, and most important, empathy, have definitely played a great role in my life. And also I believe that these very qualities will help me take this legacy of 5100 years of our Kashmiri culture forward. So yes, definitely. Thank you.
Kudos to you. You are in 12th grade and sitting here giving your precious times to us. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
It is my pleasure.
Thank you. So with you, Vanshika, I don't think so. There is more to ask, but we want to know, how do you balance so much of being involved in the Kashmiri culture and at the same time involved in your profession, involved in your studies? How do you do? How was the journey?
Okay, so Pranvi is asking me, I want to know that. Okay, thank you so much, Archani, first of all, asking that question. Namaskar, Sairni. this is actually one of those questions that I've been asked a lot of times, and many people have asked me, because I have been, socially and culturally very active since I was very young. I guess I started learning music when I was in class 3rd, and after that only I started, becoming socially active in Kashmiri cultural events that were happening around me. And big kudos to my parents for encouraging me every time, pushing me actually to go and start sing or even sing few lines. Because to be honest, I was a very shy kid initially. I was very even if you asked me to speak 2 lines in front of 2 people, I would just tremble. So it was that sort of a thing. But yes. Since I started performing on stages, I realized that I have built a set of confidence as well. And now I love, speaking publicly. I love communicating with people. I love to socialize with people. So yeah, it was initially difficult as well because see, when you are in class 11th and 12th, it becomes very difficult. I was also from science background, so it was difficult. I had tuitions as well, and yahan se we used to have programs as well, events. So sometimes I used to just drop those events, and because of the academics as well, because academics have always been a huge priority for me. But yeah, one thing that I realized was that my father and my mother, my parents always told me that never ever listen to anybody, that if people are saying that people usually say, even many relatives also say, when shame is given, when you should board exam enroll, when shame is given, अगर marks ये काम तो पर क्या करे. तो ये usually सुनने को मिलता है, आज के time पे भी बहुत मिलता है सुनने को, but now the trend has changed a lot and I'm very happy to see that. But मेरे parents ने मुझे हमेशा बहुत support किया for that, so I feel myself very privileged in that matter, and I think ये हर parent अगर अपने बच्चे के साथ करे, so that would make a huge change. And because of that, encouragement only, एक sense of confidence मेरे अंदर भी आया. And I said that, okay fine, let's try to balance both these things. And somehow I naturally balanced both these things. I balanced academics as well. I did pretty well in that. I never left singing. I never dropped from singing. I never left going to cultural events, any of the events. So yeah, and even I'll never do that in future as well. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Vanshika. I think this is a learning to all the parents and the younger generation also. So let our children explore all the fields they are. Studies definitely takes the priority, but at the same time, let's not deny them from the pleasure of the creative world as well. Thank you, Vanshika. That's really inspiring. Neil, we have Neil with us, and you have won a lot of debate championships. So what is it that you think drives you towards public speaking, and how do you want to put it across that each one of us must try this field also?
I think borrowing from what Vanshika said, I think it goes a lot to my parents. They always pushed me into, I would say, uncomfortable situations that made me become more accustomed to public speaking and participating in a lot of debate and group discussions. It taught me how to be articulate and always to choose rational and logic over emotions, because emotions are very important to us, but with just emotions you cannot put your point forward, especially on a global stage. And that's why I prefer to always put my points through rational logic, and that's what debating has taught me. And I would also say I'm very privileged to have grown up in the Kashmiri community. We have always prioritized education over everything, and we have always prioritized even a cultural aspects. I've grown up in community programs and I've seen how much it means to us, and that's I would like to carry that in future, and that's what has made me, and it is at the center of my being. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Neil. It is usually the girls take the stage. That's what I have seen, but I'm so glad to see that the boys from our community are doing so well in public speaking. Thank you, Neil. So Isha, you come from an illustrious background, let me say that, and can you just tell me how your family background has shaped who you have become now?
So,
Yes. Namaskar to everyone here. First of all, the question that was put in front of me was something that I'm like very passionate about. Why? Is because the cultural heritage that has been given to me, or the legacy that I carry forward from my family, is something that has always inspired me to be the woman that I am today, and it has shaped me into the woman I am today, into the person that I am today. My grandfather, Mr. R.K. Bharati, who was a renowned writer, journalist, translator, linguist, and a social activist, was the first one to propose the idea of a separate Hindu homeland for Kashmiri Pandits. My father, Mr. K.C. Bharati, who is a senior journalist, who is a social activist and also a TV and theatre artist, has always been my greatest inspiration. And these people are the ones who have always instilled these values in me, these thoughts in me, that I have to be proud of my roots, of my heritage, and how I can carry them forward. Because just if they will preserve it until their generation, it will never be able to carry forward to the next generation, and it will just disappear. It will go extinct. So that has always been, I have always been proud of that, and I will continue to be proud of that, and I will always be grateful that I was born to be a Kashmiri Pandit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Isha. Abhi, looking at your introduction, you have moved all around the country and abroad as well in the span of 15 to 16 years. So can you tell us about your journey and how it has changed you or made you into the person who you are now?
Namaskar everyone. I am the son of an army officer, therefore I have moved around a lot. And because of this, I have seen a lot. But what I miss in everything, in viewing every state of the country, even abroad, is my identity. So I think my identity is a little lost in that sense. Therefore, I am a part of this program, and I want to put my views forward regarding the people like me who have lost their identity to a certain extent, but my parents have really pushed forth the idea of our culture and instilled it in me. From speaking the language to the customs, they have really tried, and I think I just give my hats off to them. That's what's made me what I am today.
Yes, Ishan. So you have been the captain of the winning team, is that right? Can you share your experience about that?
So first of all, thank you everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. It's my first time in this panel discussion. I've never been part of like this ever before. So talking about the captaincy and the leadership thing, of course it comes with a sense of responsibility, how you manage a team and how you manage practice sessions and all of those things, those little details before that. So like beyond cricket, it is also like very important in life to carry on those practices which can have a long lasting impact for the future.
That's what, Ishan, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And one thing I want to tell the audience that please don't feel why we are all speaking in English. We wanted to connect it is the medium, so English we thought in the beginning. But let me translate. Each one of us Kashmiri very well. They sing also, they write also. So please don't feel why we are speaking English while we are here propagating our own culture. So in the end, we'll sing also a Kashmiri song. So let's all hold onto our seats and get glued. Let's come back to the topic of that how this youth, when I was there on the podium, we all believed that agar इस पकनाओं ने ये सन legacy च अगर इस हेतों ने broad kun पकनाए, it is definitely going to finish off. And now comes back to इस अगर कुताते कोशिश करो, the moment we move from this world, the same legacy has a possibility that it will be over. But now the onus lies on to these people. Human responsibility means tele hekan. So yes, legacy chi what we talk about of 5,100 years ki tele he ki brought kun. Now I will ask each one of of you one common question. How, as a youth, you will take forward this legacy ahead? I will not ask individual questions. The forum is open to all of you. We can begin with Ishan. So please go ahead with your suggestions, and quickly all of you have 1 odd minute, because I can see each one of must be having certain questions for you also. So quickly please put forward your suggestions.
Okay, namaskar Sahadi. Jai Shri Krishna pehle to sabko.
Now we need a response. We need encouragement. Yes.
जय श्री कृष्ण
एक तो मैं फर्स्ट किस्मत की मैं म्यूल ये मौके तो इस सारे मंथ्स बनूं एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करूं. I'm sorry, I'm very bad in Kashmiri, so please bear with me. So first of all, yeah. So what I'll be speaking is about the impact of Kashmiri language, which is Kashmir. तो काफ़ी जो मॉडर्न डे किड्स है वो कहते हैं मैं कशर नहीं बोलता, मैं कश्मीरी बोलता हूँ. आपने सुना होगा. कशर इज अ टर्म विच इज वेरी रेयरली यूज्ड. सो दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग टू रिवाइव द कल्चर. Language is the first thing, and like obviously the place where we come from, which has a beautiful landscape, beautiful places to visit, but sadly I'm seeing that in these current days, including me as well, क्योंकि मैं भी सच में मेरे को भी इतना कश्मीरी वो सब I don't have a proper fluency in that, but that is one thing which is very difficult to retain, though the fact we know that we have come a long way from our homeland. So that is one of the most important things, and obviously every problem has a solution. So iske bhi काफी solutions hai which I can present in front of you. First of which it is the importance of social language in the internet, in the world we are living is like now is full of technology and AI as well. So मेरे हिसाब से if we inculcate Kashmiri culture in Kashmiri language and Kashmiri different kinds of music and genres. So I'm also like hugely connected to music as well. So it can play a very big part in preserving our identity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shan. Yes, Abhi.
So, as you said, the onus lies on the present generation to propagate Kashmiri culture and keep it alive. That is true, but I, as a youth, I'm a little lost when I'm told to revive Kashmiri culture. So what my solution would be to this is what you are doing exactly, to encourage people to do so. And I believe creating online communities is very important that are receptive to the youth, that are not only made for middle-aged people or older people, but my generation.
Can you give some examples?
Some examples would be like book clubs. I haven't seen book clubs for the youth in a long time. Maybe blogs, forums regarding Kashmir specifically. They are a little lacking.
Anything else you want to add to it?
No, not.
So anything financially viable things that we can do?
Yes, financially we can. Financially speaking, all of these efforts will go down the drain if they are not self-sustainable. We need to create we need to create businesses that support our culture, right? So let's suppose even a Kashmiri food shop, it propagates our culture really well, and it also pays for itself, which is very important. So these online communities should also keep themselves active. Maybe put a financial incentive within them.
And how about the creative fields, the people in the influential positions? Do you think they can contribute?
Yes, people in influential fields can contribute if you show that you are proud of your culture and you're an influential person in a very high post. I believe commoners are very motivated by such people, like Anupam Kher, if you guys know. I think him speaking Kashmiri really puts pride in me. It fills me with pride to speak Kashmiri.
So the influential people, now the onus is going back to the influential people that they can create. So you have thrown the ball out towards them now. Alright, so we'll come back to you, Abhi. Yes, Isha.
Yes. So I would like to start this with saying that some people actually say that culture dies with older generation. But I disagree. Culture doesn't die with age, it dies with neglect. So every time Henze is replaced by a Bollywood remix, or every time a one-woman dance or a story is replaced by our playlist or something else. And this is not how we become modern. This is how we become culturally homeless. So what we have to do, we have to preserve our culture, just like our ancestors did, just like they did. They didn't just preserve it, they passed it on by singing, by dancing, by passing it on to our generations, to their offspring. And that is how they will be able to preserve it, and that is our job and responsibility to carry it forward to the next generation as well. So the question is not how, if we'll be able to preserve it or not, but the real question is if we'll be able to, how we'll be able to carry it forward with the right implementation, with the right decisions. So the first solution or the first thing that we can talk about is that Kashmir is not just a place, but it has a legacy of its own. For 5,000 years, it is woven with lots of history, music, dance, art, so many things that we cannot even count on. It's lightened up with knowledge, the embodiment of knowledge, and so many other things. So we can take an example of Farran. Like, our youth usually doesn't like to wear Farran these days. They like to wear Western jackets. But slowly we have to convert this into trying to make these generations want to wear it in front of the others, in front of other communities as well, so that they will know how and what our culture actually is. So basically, even our festivals like Ketsmawas, it teaches us harmony with nature, and Pan, which teaches us about agriculture and prosperity. So these are not just rituals, but they actually help us to know more about our community, to coexist with peace. So to bring these traditions forward is, we can imagine a Chantri app where we can have constant reminders of when our festivals are coming, or we can have a VR experience where children from abroad can also join in the Harith celebrations from afar. So why should our youth wear American handloom and not wear Farran? Or why can't our Kashmir compete with the Gucci on the global stage? So when culture stays, it pays. So we have to make sure that it is modern, accessible, and even profitable to all our Kashmiri generation. The second thing is the Panchatantra. So it is one of the most famous storybooks in the entire world. Though it is not proven that it was born in Kashmir, but there is many scholarly evidence that proves that's just the same. Like Vishnu Sharma, the sage who is credited to be the author, is born in Kashmir. And also the ancient oral folk tales, the geographical and cultural traditions that were set in those stories proved to be from Kashmir only. But that's the sad part is that the Disney and European publications are able to adapt these and make billions out of these tales. But we are not able to remember it, and we are not even able to pass it on to our next generation. So why should our children just know our mammal characters by heart, but not about these cartoon characters, or have these gaming strategies where they can play a game based on Panchatantra, or they can watch a cartoon based on the same tales. So we must bring these stories into today's world and help Kashmiri writers, artists, and startups who can take these stories into the world. Also, one more thing is that we all know about the ornament that our Kashmiri women wear, that is the tajhul. So to outsiders, it just appears like it's a normal piece of jewelry, but to us, it's more than just that. It's our identity. It's our part of identity. So even when a Kashmiri bride is given during the Devagon ceremony, this tajhul, this symbolizes the purity. This symbolizes the like fusion of Shiv and Shakti together. So it also tells the world that I am a Kashmiri Pandit woman, and this is how we can take this forward is because so many craftsmen today actually don't know how to make the deshur. Only from Jammu and Kashmir mostly people know how to make it. So what we can do, we can have a different kind of modern pieces, different kind of traditions where we can use them in such a way that other people outside Kashmir are also able to wear it.
Isha, my question is, who's going to do that?
We as the youth are going to do
We
that.
as the youth, so let's propagate that. We as youth have to just not invest in the other startups of different ways. We should always keep a certain amount from our resources and put back into the community services, which must be profitable as well. Because you know what, the charity doesn't go for a long time if you don't see any returns. One is you're already at an elevated state where you want to work for the society, but at this age you want to see the returns also. How do you see the returns? When you are there, you're propagating your culture, but at the same time you're looking at the profits also. So it's a win-win situation. I think that was a lot of suggestions from you, and I hope the youth and the parents are taking it well. We'll come back to you again with the other suggestions that you have. Thank you so much. Yes, Neil, I have seen your introduction. There is a lot of depth in it. So would you just enlighten us that what all are you doing and how would you like to do take it further?
So, agreeing with what Isha and Abir had to say, we are definitely the torch bearers of our Kashmiri culture, and the responsibility lies with us to see how far we can take our culture and how long it should survive. But I would also say that how intensely and how bright the fire in the torch burns is up to the older generation. It is their responsibility to instill Kashmiri values, to instill Kashmiri culture and Kashmiri language into their offspring and their children, because without their help, it is hopeless for us. While I was doing research for today, I came across some facts that I would have never known if I would not have gotten the opportunity for today. For example, we all know about Ma Sharda Peeth. It is cited as one of the subcontinent's leading temple universities. It had about 5,000 plus scholars from Mesopotamia, Greece, China, and everywhere. So much so that Kashmir had earned the name Sharda Desh at that time. Another Kashmiri contribution to the Indian culture and to the global culture is 24-year-old Kashmiri sage and mathematician Vateshwar. He changed math. He gave out what we know as trigonometric identities today. He was the one that was the one that discovered them, and he wrote them in his Vateshwar Siddhant in 904 CE. And as we all know, Kashmir was never behind in philosophy and spirituality either. We have Kashmiri Shaivism or Trika that turned Tantra into a teachable system. Abhinav Gupta, our great sage, Tantra Yoga synthesized scattered sources into a coherent practice and theory manual that was widely adopted across the globe and across the subcontinent. And in art and literature, a living theatre line, we call it Bhand Purthik. We have always seen it in our Kashmiri marriages, we have seen it in Merns Raat. Very few people know that it is one of the only few surviving art forms that have the original Sanskrit dramaturgic DNA. And Kashmiris also build stories at scale. Somdev's Katha Sarit Sagar, 22,000 slokas, 18 books, 124 chapters. That is about 66,000 lines. And also Shivendra, another Kashmiri writer, wrote handbooks like Achitra Vichar Charcha, which use Sanskrit to critique behavior and teach propriety. Now my point, telling you all of these facts, I can go on about Kashmir's legacy and the grandeur of its culture for hours, but my purpose of telling you this fact was to tell you what is at stake, what we will lose if we do not put the effort in. I think the solutions given by Isha and Abir are very important, and we should focus on getting them into motion as quick as possible. We should focus on trying to bring Kashmiri history and culture into mainstream education like CBSE and everything. We should focus on creating places like Kashmiri Pandit museums about our culture. We should focus on promoting crafts. That is how we will preserve our culture. Language is a vital part, but these are also aspects of our culture that is also a big part and what it means to be a Kashmiri. So I would like to see that happen, and I would definitely work towards it.
Thank you so much, Neil. So each one of us has to do our bit. So Vanshika, you are the actual real example of how our committee has done the work well, and you're right example, and that really is an inspiration. I think all the all the prizes and the opportunities you got was because there was somebody working for the community. So what are your views?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, first of all all of them, like, they gave wonderful solutions. Those are the solutions whenever even I sit and think about what could be the probable solutions. These are the solutions that come to my mind, whether it be language, preserving the language, preaching our language and about our culture to others as well with full pride. And one of the things is also bringing the Kashmiri history, our history into the mainstream education. That is very important. See, in our history books, we get to learn about almost everything. We learn about Mughals, although Mughals ka thoda dicey ho gaya hai in the history books. But there are multiple other things as well that we get to learn about. So the thing is that, see, the problem with us is that always, whenever we talk about our history, whether it be Lalita Ditya or even if we talk about Shri Krishna, see, today we are at Kurukshetra. Whenever we say Shri Krishna, we say mythology. There is a difference, mythology and history. Why can't we just accept that it's our history, first and foremost thing? And adding on to the points, there is one incident that happened with me which actually, stayed with me for a long time. And that shook me. That was when I was doing masters in Gujarat. I had multiple friends from different states from India, and I had one very close friend from Tamil Nadu. And so I'll also take his name, Harish. I don't know if he's watching or not. So he, whenever we used to sit and have a conversation, just a normal chit chat. He always used to talk about Tamil Nadu's history, about Chola kingdom, Chola dynasty, and I was so shocked to see that he knows every single bit. He even remembers the dates till date. And I just asked him one day, how do you know so much about this? I mean, do you keep reading all this only? So he said, why would I not be knowing? ये कैसी बात हुई कहते ये तो history है, ये तो शर्म की बात है अगर हमें पता नहीं होगी तो. So that was the moment I was like, okay, this actually shook me. Then he asked me someday, he's actually a very curious person, so he researched a little about Kashmir as well, and he asked me someday, I read about Kota Rani. Do you know about Kota Rani? So it was like a moment for me that at that point I actually just went back and researched a little about it. And then I got to know so much about Lalita Ditya Muktapida, Kota Rani and other rulers of our Kashmir. So I got to know about our history as well. So, these things, not feeling ashamed to accept that you are from Kashmiri culture and this is your history, even if you're wearing Ferran in front of everybody. If there are 10 people, maybe 2 people will say, 7 or 8 people will say, kya pehna hai, bahut ajeeb lag raha hai, it's looking very weird. But there might be 1 or 2 people who will actually appreciate you, who will actually next time wear Ferran as well. So that is the thing that we need to start doing. And yeah, I mean, the solutions that they gave are pretty much applicable and something that I was thinking about. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Vanshika. So next is Pranavi. So what Vanshika pointed out, that let's not be bothered what people think. The awareness must begin from ourselves. Let's not wait for the validation from others. जो हमें करना है वो हमें करना है, not for others but for our own self. So let's hear it from Vanshika quickly. We are running short of time. So your views, how do you want to take it forward?
Thank you, Archana ji. So adding to Vanshika Didi's points, when we talk about 5100 years of cultural legacy of Kashmir, definitely as all my fellow panelists have already said, that it is our responsibility, the responsibility of the youth to carry it forward. And as Vanshika Didi just suggested, that we should read about our history, our cultural heritage, and it should be even taught in our education system. And this is a very beautiful thing about India. If we talk about the Arabic League, if you guys know about it, so that league has 22 countries and each country speaks one language, that is Arabic. And in India, over here, we have 22 official languages. So that is the beauty of India as a country. Our power is that unity and diversity that we have. And just like that, not just about Kashmir, we should be reading about all the history of all our states in our India, including Kashmir. So that is what Vanshika Didi also said. But adding to her point, why should we just wait for our textbooks to do that? Why don't we, as the youth, start some kind of heritage reading circles wherein we discuss the texts of like Nilkar Puran or probably the stories from Raj Tarangini written by Kalhanji in the 11th century. I'll just share an incident very personal to me. I was in grade 3 when it was organized by JKV, Kash Taru. We all know about Kash Taru. So I won the 3rd prize, and as a reward, I received a small book which was basically an English adaptation of Raj Tarangini. It was stories from Raj Tarangini by Devika Rangachari ji. So that one book was of mere 120 pages, and trust me when I say this, that one book has given me so much knowledge, so much information and insights about my Kashmir that I don't think I would have ever probably gotten if I had never read that book. So that was what one single book did to me. That was the impact that that one book had on me. So just imagine if we have these heritage reading circles with us wherein we discuss these texts, these sacred manuscripts, as well as this information about Kashmir, how much impactful it would be for our youth and our Kashmiri Pandit culture community as a whole. So yes, that is something I would like to share.
Thank you so much, Mani. Sorry to cut you short because we are running short of time. There is, I think, some guests going to come. So we will, my apologies to all the audience that we will not be opening the forum to any further questions. But there is one surprise thing that we all want to do. That there is one Lodi that we all know. And we all are going to sing it together, shall we? That's a proof that we know Kashmiri.